look who is back. It's me, iChanbot. I'm a dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling streamer, and today I'm going to show you my favorite deck, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And we are going to play this deck on Kaiba. I like to call him Bluetooth Kaiba, since this is the DSOD version. We are going to use the skill of Ultimate Dragons because this skill is just broken. Now let's get into the deck explanation. As you can see here, this deck is filled with Blue Eyes White Dragon. My favorite card of all time in all universe. Okay. I wish we could put more than 3 copies of this card into the deck, but well. Nonetheless, the deck is filled also with Stone of Ancients. What Stone of Ancient does is, if you put it into the ground, summon a Blue Eyes in the end phase of your turn. So it's a little bit delayed, but you will get your Blue Eyes out there, and it's very reliable. And also, second effect, if the Stone of the Wine Ancients is in your graveyard and there's another Blue Eyes card in your graveyard, you can use the Stone of the Ancient and banish it to recycle your Blue Eyes and add it back to your hand. And now you can see why this card is so broken, and that's why I run 3 copies of it. So, next one, 3 copies of the Sage with Eyes of Blue. Yeah, we say no to Maiden, but we say hello Sage, because he's hello Sage. Well, what this guy does is basically, if you normal summon it to the board, he will add another level 1 tuner to your hand with Blue Eyes in its name. And that will help you a lot, since it is a Blue Eyes deck. Okay, so the second point is, if you have already an effect monster out there, you can use the Sage and activate it from your hand and exchange or tribute, better said, the effect monster for a Blue Eyes White Dragon. My favorite card. Okay, a lot of Dragon Boner going on here. So, next card in this deck is the Dragon Spirit of White. You should always run at least 1 copy of this dragon here. It's almost as beautiful as a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but it is not a vanilla monster, it is a effect monster, and when it's special summon or normal summon, you can banish 1 back row card. And that is just busted. You can recycle this guy with Silver Scribe if you want to. You can also recycle it with the Stone of the Ancients if you want to from graveyard, and then just tribute it all over again. Now, to the Cosmo Brain. Well, I added 1 Cosmo Brain to this deck because sometimes my Blue Eyes like me just so much that they are all 3 in my hand in turn 1. So, which means I can do a shit, since this is basically a brick. But I do not want to call my Blue Eyes a brick, so that's why we added a Cosmo Brain. With the Cosmo Brain, we can actually use the Blue Eyes and special summon the Cosmo Brain to the board, and when the Cosmo Brain is on the board, you can use this effect to tribute another monster or the Cosmo Brain itself to summon again a vanilla Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you have a lot of possibilities in this deck to summon your Blue Eyes. Yeah. As a last tuner, I added a bulb, which is actually replaceable with, I think, Masters of Blue Eyes 2. You can run the Masters if you don't have a bulb, because I'm super loaded. That's why I have 3 copies of the bulb, and that's why I run it, at least 1 copy of it. The advantage of the bulb is basic. If you even drop that card into your graveyard, or it gets somehow destroyed or milled or whatsoever into your graveyard, you can resummon it from your graveyard actively to the board, and with your Blue Eyes together you will get a level Synchro summon, which could be a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon or a Merc Vermilion Dragon, or wait, this is not a dragon, what is it doing in my deck? Okay, it is a Mike Arclight Swarm, which can actually be exchanged when you use the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, tap it out, and it changes into a Michael the Arclight Swarm. It will destroy itself during the end phase. However, you are able to pay 1000 life points and banish another monster. Take this, Yugi, I'm just going to banish your ass away. So, last card, level 9 Synchro Summon, is a Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. What this beautiful dragon does is it will protect your monsters from destruction effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. So remember that one. It will not protect forever, but it will protect when it's necessary. Now we are going to the spell cards. The cards of consonant is basically also another anti-brick spell card to help you discard one dragon type tuner monster from your hand with 1000 less attack, and then you draw basically you're just going to use your White Stone of Ancients, the card of consonants, and get 2 cards out of your deck. The Stone of the Ancients is going to graveyard, which will help you summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, the next spell card is Hatronate. It is helpful to get rid of the back row. Maybe I'm running 1 copy too much. You can exchange it for Econ if you feel like it. Enemy controllers, after all, like my main tech card as Kaiba. Well, you can exchange it, but since it's limited to 2, you have to make up your mind what do you want to run, like 2 enemy controllers, 1 Tronate, 1 enemy controller, or just 2 Tronate, like this one here. But it's exchangeable. What should not be exchangeable is actually the Divine Wrath and the Karma Cut. I run the Divine Wrath because I can negate effect monsters with it, and because I don't have 1 copy of the Raigeki Break. That's the only reason. And on the other hand, I would run more Karma Cuts if I could, but I have only 2 copies of it. That's why we run 2 copies of the Karma Cut. What Raigeki does is you drop 1 card and negate the effect monster of your opponent. What Karma Cut does you drop 1 card and banish the ass away of your opponent. So now to the skill which makes this deck actually ultimate broken. It is a skill of Ultimate Dragons. I think the skill description right now is still wrong, so don't pay any attention to it. At the beginning of the duel, add Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to your extra deck. Well, this is only part of what this skill will actually do for you as a Blue Eyes player. It will not only add a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to your deck, it will also give you the possibility to special summon those monsters and give you like a polymerization outside of your deck. I will show you that in the notes. Just give me a second. So, for every third-rate duelist out there who doesn't know about skill balancing or does not read anything in Duel Links, here we go about the skill rebalancing. If you enter your inbox and then click on Forbidden Limited and Skill Balance, you will get into the notification, and then there will be a button. It is very visible to everyone about the skill rebalancing, and here it will actually be explained that the text is going to change on the 27th of July. And the reasons for the skill rebalancing is since Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes has been added, become available as a level up reward, they want to this skill to compensate. What they actually want to say is we want to make the skill totally busted for everyone. So let's scroll down here and you will see Ultimate Dragon says at the beginning of the duel, add Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon to your extra deck. That was the original text of the skill. And now can be used on turn 3 and onward by revealing 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons in your hand to your opponent, which means basically every time I have at least 2 Blue Eyes in my hand. Add Polymerization to your hand from outside of your deck. And this skill can only be used once per turn. Well, maybe not totally busted. Maybe they shouldn't have limited to once per turn. Still, it's super busted, and I'm absolutely looking forward to play this. And everybody will be playing Blue Eyes again on the ladder, and hopefully there will be no people playing Bust Up later. Yep.
Yeah, it's over. GG. Welcome, Hamed. Yeah.
Back to the deck where we already have explained every card except those one you get with the skills. That's why we are going to take a closer look at the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which was recently just added as a level up reward. So what the Blue Eyes White Dragon plus Blue Eyes White Dragon plus Blue Eyes White Dragon fusion monster does is at the end of the damage step, if this is the only face-up card you control and this fusion summon card attacked, you can send 1 Blue Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to your graveyard. So basically, you have 3 Blue Eyes. You have 3 Blue Eyes extra deck monsters because of your skill. So you can send at least 2 of them into the graveyard to add 2 additional attacks. And since I wasn't quite unsure about it if I should run another copy or not. I added even a normal Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon into my extra Synchro deck to make even more banishment possible. Maybe I want to attack next turn also 2 times or 3 times. That's what we are going to do here. During either player's turn, when a card effect is activated or targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Which means if you run more copies of the Neos Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, even if you put it into your graveyard and or it gets destroyed, it's in your graveyard, you can still use it to protect your Blue Eyes. That is a great thing. The other card we have been talking about was the Ultimate Blue Eyes Dragon. I think everybody knows that one. But however, for those people who doesn't know this big boy yet, it's a vanilla fusion summon monster and it is made of 3 blue eyes. That's why it has 3 blue eyes hats. It has overall 4,500 attack points. I think this is the biggest monster right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and you can't get any bigger with that. However, we also get another card added with the skill, which is not officially available in Duel Links yet, except with that skill, which is it's a Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. And what this card basically does, it attacks into a monster. If that monster doesn't get destroyed by a 3000 attack monster, it still stays on the board, it would just get banished. This card is just incredible, and it doesn't have to be fusion summon. It can be fusion summon, but also it can be special summon when you have 2 blue eyes directly already summoned on your board, which will happen very often with this deck. And this skill is actually what makes this deck so incredibly busted, including that monster and the Twin Burst Dragon. Finally, my favorite Blue Eyes is back on the ladder. Yeah, now enjoy the gameplay, and before I tag out, comment, like and share this video, and also please tell Joey Wheeler that he is a third-rate duelist and he will stay there forever. See ya, I Bot.